That's it. They're ready now for the Derby. Set. Racing in the Derby. Pretty good start too. A Hazy View is going to be one of the early leaders. American Post is vying for an early position, and Meath is now crossing over to take it up early for Ireland. Then in fourth position as they settle is North Light, who's right up there. So too is Percussionist, and Let the Lion Roar behind them from Pucker, as they're all the time climbing under the trees now, turning very sharply right. Now they veer left over to the far side of the course. The leader is Meath by a couple of lengths to Hazy View, and North Light has got up into a handy posse, and so too has Percussionist. Just behind them is Let the Lion Roar, and American Post is handy on the outside. Back in centre field, the Gamble Pucker. Then on the outside is Gatwick as they settle. Back in the field too on the inside, Frankie Dettori on Snow Ridge. Al Shadi is well back. Massive Central is wide there, followed by Rule of Law with a white cap, and Salford City is at the back of the field. They've gone the best part of 3.5 furlongs, and Meath is the leader from North Light, who's handy. 2 lengths away in third is Hazy View. Percussionist has had a good run up in fourth. Let the Lion Roar is there, just preceded by American Post. Then out wider is Pucker. They're followed by Gatwick, and then coming again as they start to run downhill now. Further back in the field, Frankie on the inside here on Snow Ridge from Al Shadi, then Salford City, and at the rear of the field now is Karen McAvoy on Rule of Law. They start to run downhill, less than 6 furlongs to race in the Derby, and the leader on the inside is Meath by half a length. The North Light has been there throughout. A length and a half then to in third Hazy View from American Post, who's beautifully poised. Further back is Pucker, who's right up there as well. Then Percussionist being hard ridden. Further back in the field then is Gatwick, and here comes Frankie on the outside on Snow Ridge. Then followed by Salford City, and well back in the field then is coming again, but heads a turn for home in the Derby, and North Light moves up to grab the lead from Meath. Here's American Post on the outside from Hazy View. Pucker right down the outside, then Gatwick, Percussionist. There's Frankie on the outside on Snow Ridge, but it's Kieran Fallon in front on North Light, the far side at the 2. American Post is coming at him. They're followed by Hazy View. Right down the outside now is Frankie on Snow Ridge, and Salford City, Rule of Law, but it's North Light who strikes for home with a furlong to go. He's 2 in front of American Post. Percussionist. Salford City trying hard to wear him down, but this horse is lengthening well. North Light 2 or 3 in front, flying at the death is Rule of Law, but the winner of the Derby is North Light. Second, Rule of Law, tight third, Let the Lion Roar, and Percussionist. A gap then back in the field, Salford City, American Post, then Hazy View, followed then by Pucker. Well back was Frankie on Snow Ridge. Some of the last runners are El Shadi in company with Coming Again and Meath. Trial, and Meath was behind that. But here are the final stages. Kieran Fallon on the outside. He's now become the Epsom man, the man for Epsom. His 8th ride in the Derby, his 3rd win, and back-to-back wins for him as well. North Light has won the Derby, trained by Sir Michael Stout, who has now won the Derby 4 times, and owned by Ballymacole Stud, the stud of the Weinstock family.
25-1 Cobra, 33-1 Five Dynasties, and 50-1 Moscow Ballet.
Stand, and they're racing in the Irish Derby, and first away Percussionist right there in the centre, but the O'Brien continues here, and one of them odds on to take up Moscow Ballet, who goes on. Moscow Ballet by a couple of lengths to Let the Lion Roar, who's right up there on the inside of Rule of Law, and right there in the centre is Cobra as they settle. Further back then is Grey Swallow behind horses. North Light has got up into a pretty prominent position as they sort themselves out and race through the first 2 furlongs. Well back in the field is Five Dynasties. Also back there trying to be switched off is Grey Swallow. Percussionist is right out the back, so too Book of Kings and Tycoon. On settling down, and it's Moscow Ballet who shows the way by a length. The Rule of Law up in second. A length and a half away in third, then follows Let the Lion Roar, tucked away on the inside of the favourite North Light, who's in a beautiful posse for Kieran Fallon. A length and a half then to Cobra, who's tracking the favourite. Half a length away then Grey Swallow. Further back in the field then at this stage is Five Dynasties, giving these leaders a fair start. Followed out the back then by Book of Kings, and last is Tycoon as they race now past halfway in the Budweiser Irish Derby. Derby. Not happy with the pace, Fallon. He's driving North Light up there on the outside as they reach the get towards the top of the hill now and starting to run downhill. It's Moscow Ballet on the inside of Rule of Law. North Light there, anxious to go a bit faster. He's got a staying pedigree and he wants it to be a real staying test. Let the Lion Roarers going well. In behind them is Grey Swallow, who's switched off and running fifth. A couple of lengths away then is Book of Kings. Cobra's hard at work for Spencer. He's under the whip now and beaten. Well back in the field then is Five Dynasties, followed then right out the back by Tycoon, and some way detached from them is Percussionist. Racing down towards the entrance to the home straight of the Budweiser Irish Derby. Moscow Ballet the leader. Now Rule of Law for Frankie Dettori in the blue colours on the outside. Let the Lion Roar behind them. Here's Fallon on the favourite. North Light now. Let a light down the outside, followed then by Grey Swallow, and they've kicked away now from Book of Kings. They come inside the 2 furlong marker in the Budweiser Irish Derby, and it's North Light who drew alongside Rule of Law. Takes the lead now. Here's Grey Swallow on the outside, moving up to the favourite. They've got a furlong left to go. Grey Swallow on the near side now, gets his neck in front. North Light fighting back, but Grey Swallow, it's a triumph for Pat Smellon and Dermot Weld. Grey Swallow wins the Derby. In second then is North Light. Tight third, Tycoon and Rule of Law. Behind them is Let the Lion Roar, and further back in the field is Book of Kings, then Moscow Ballet, Five Dynasties. Cobra second last, and Percussionist is tailed off. But Grey Swallow, number 5, trained by Dermot Weld, owned in partnership by Mrs. Rochelle Quinn, Mrs. Weld, Dermot's mother, and Terry Ramsden.